Hello and welcome to your favorite podcast channel, Bookish Show, and you are tuned into and listening your favorite book summary on mini habits. तो चलिए शुरू करते हैं आज के एपिसोड में. Why some people habitually think motivation is the only basis for taking action. Are you getting my point? As getting motivated has been established by parroting self help writers as the way to get yourself to take action and improve your life, few people question it. It's standard procedure. Motivational websites around and thrive as people visit them for their motivational fix. I will admit that getting motivated is a better strategy than nothing. But nothing is not hard to beat. The desired effect of exercise, as an example, has three possible causes: motivation, willpower, or habit. Though every action is some combination of motivation and willpower, we tend to rely more on one or the other. Then there is that weird hybrid of trying to get motivated while saying you have to do it anyway. A destructive habit to have its, you know, a destructive habit to have is believing that you have to be motivated to act. It's not a problem when you would like to be motivated. When you can't do anything unless you are motivated. This is perfect way to enter a laziness spiral. Being lazy makes you feel lazy. And if you always feel lazy and follow this motivation rule, then you will continue to be lazy. There is no way out, of course. This idea that motivation proceeds. Are you are you listening? Please subscribe my YouTube channel and please don't forget to like and subscribe and share. You know, this idea that motivation proceeds. Action can become deeply ingrained into a person's psyche. But there is no rule that says your feelings and actions must always match. It creates a confining, frustrating lifestyle. Motivation sets us up for failure through the law of decreasing enthusiasm. Okay, let's just say that you are able to get motivated to read for 2 hours every day and say that you are able to do this for 3 weeks straight. At this point, you had likely have a very weak habit beginning to form for this behavior. But since you have been relying on motivation, this crucial transition period will likely mean the end of your progress. The law of decreasing enthusiasm isn't a real law, but a term I made up because it is more descriptive than the corresponding economic principle. The law of diminishing marginal utility. This economic law says you'll enjoy your fifth slice of pizza marginally less than your fourth slice, or your fourth slice less than your third. When it comes to behavior repetition, the same sort of things happen. As a behavior begins its transition into habit, you will become less motivational about it and less emotional. It will even begin to seem boring and mundane. Count on it. Jeremy Dean says in his book, Making Habits, Breaking Habits, that a habit doesn't just fly under the radar cognitively, it also does so emotionally. The act of performing a habit is curiously emotionless. Curiously emotionless. Dr. Wood and her colleagues noted this occurrence in a study they conducted at Texas A&M when participants performed a habitual behavior. They were decidedly less emotional about it. This is why thinking You need motivation to take action, to take works against you in habit building. Repetition doesn't make us more excited to do things, it makes us less excited. Park habits offer is less resistance and more automaticity. Dean says the fact that habitual behavior isn't like instead of strong emotions is one of its advantages. That's true because anything depends on human emotion is completely unreliable. You know why? Because the initial excitement of starting something and is an ally at first, but it becomes a formidable enemy when it fades and makes you wonder if something is wrong. You greatly reduce this risk, however, by not relying on your motivation and feeling in the first place. It's a great to be enthusiastic, but let's resume that mindset as a bonus. Rather than queue for taking action, it's better to do something because you choose to do it. A solid foundation that does not fluctuate wildly. A lack of enthusiasm after some time is counterintuitively a positive sign that control is moving to the more stable and automated basal ganglia. This predictable enthusiasm decrease is one reason why you see so many people drop their exercise plan after January. Despite their success exercising, they will notice I'm not feeling motivated anymore and stop going. Whereas if they understood why they didn't feel motivated anymore, they had been encouraged and continue. As a main strategy, motivation might be good enough to get you by in life, but it's poor choice compared to willpower. While willpower is the best strategy, most people don't know how to use it and drain their willpower reserves quickly. Despite everything I just said, don't worry. You can still enjoy your routines very much. You will always be a human with feelings and emotions. I'm not asking you to never feel again. I'm asking you to never let your feelings stop you again. So, why willpower beats motivation? This is a big lesson. Please don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel Bookish Worm. Now that I have based motivation, I'm going to tell you how to get more of it. Contradiction. No, the reason I don't like motivation isn't because it's bad. For example, I need a baseline level of motivation to write these words. But the motivation, through no fault of its own, has been masqueraded about town as the solution to personal growth. It's like if I told you carrot, carrots cured cancer. Carrots are good for you, but they won't likely cure anyone of cancer. So now this good thing has been made into an enemy of truth and is deceiving people. In this way, motivation is an evil carrot. The mini habits willpower strategy is very conducive to motivation, which again is good but unreliable. I have found that by using willpower, motivation becomes more reliable. Motivation comes fast when you take action fast. There are three reasons why forcing yourself to take action with the willpower is far better than trying to get motivated. Willpower is reliable. Willpower can be strengthened. Willpower strategies can be scheduled. How willpower works. We will narrate this in the next episode. And you are tuned into your favorite podcast channel Bookish Worm, and you are hearing the book summary of Mini Habits, a bestseller book by one of the greatest self-help authors. Friends, if you like this podcast, please do give a thumbs up, like, subscribe, and share. Keep smiling, keep spreading smile, and don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon below. Bye bye. Have a nice day.